From Los Angeles, this is Montserrat Radio. From Los Angeles, this is Montserrat Radio.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your hosts, Benny Wilson and Thomas Christian.
Hello. Welcome to the Fake News Show. This is your host, Benny. Tonight we have also a lot of news, and I wanna address them because it looked like we're starting to have more and more chaos. Just like I told you yesterday, if you don't think that we're living in chaos, you just gotta pay attention to the news, okay? So, what the news are telling us right now? Okay, we have I just posted a news on Facebook, and the first news is that Baghdad just approved a ban on cargo planes from landing directly in Kurdistan. What does that mean for us in the investment of the RB? Well, if Kurdistan convince the UN that they need to they need to separate from Iraq, it will probably destroy our chances for RB. Because one of the conditions to remove all the restrictions from Iraq, and in order for Iraq to actually revalue his currency, they need to prove political stability in all the country in regions. So if Kurdistan convinced the UN that they need to separate and go solo, independent, it will probably be disastrous, isn't it? So this is the reason why Kurdistan wants to separate. They want to separate because Iraq, the government of Iraq, it is so much corrupted government. And I'm sorry that I lost my concentration right now because I just received a test. But I will talk about this. And they need to go. They just need to go. I mean, if Kurdistan is not having the freedom to do their own money the way they used to be, they need to go. They need to separate. Any country will do that. Any state will do that. So these are really bad news, right? So people are already telling everybody, and there's some gurus up there telling, we need to start giving us our idea. We need to start thinking that this investment will probably not go any further. It will have to wait years to come. They're bailing out. A lot of gurus are already bailing out. You don't believe me? Just Google it. And this is the thing that I'm talking about chaos. What have I been saying all this time? I've been saying don't fall for chaos, don't fall for panic. And if you don't believe that panic is not here, I just told you yesterday, just wait for next week. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm just telling you, just wait for next week, meaning May. Okay? So we're still good with the RBE in this month. Again, I'm not going to go back to my own word. I just told you, I've been telling you and confirming you that as far as I know, we'll still go for April. So, let me just tell you, I got three test messages that interrupt me while I was doing my show. And this is the reason why I do my show very late, because I gotta make sure that I got all the news. See, unfortunately, I'm not in the East Coast. If I was living in the East Coast, probably I'd get the news before everybody. But that is not the case. Even though we're living in a automatically, instantly era of information, the fact is that most of the time we don't get the news as soon as we wish. And especially if I was living in the East Coast. Okay, so just let me have a time to read my test from my people first. And let me see if this is the same thing. Hold on, just give me 1 second, please. Okay, what we're having here, okay, that's good. This is good. Alright, so my test from my people, my contacts, are telling me right now that we're still good for April. They're confirming me because they're listening to me right now. I've been monitored. We're still good in April, and it can happen at any time, at any moment. Just like I've been telling you, they're confirming me. This is the news the test that I just have from my people in the contacts. And now from my people in my chat room. It says right here, next Saturday, Abadi will announce the liberation of Mosul in full. Bingo. I don't need to read the whole thing. But just let me tell you, let me make it very clear. I want to make sure that everyone who's listening to my show understand my point, because I'm not doing this on my personal opinion. I'm doing this based on my contacts. This information is based on my intel. So please pay attention. I don't want nobody coming back to me telling me, hey, Ben, you told us this and now you're coming back on your word. No, I'm not coming back on my word. We're still good for April. We're still good for April. I know my English is not that good and my accent is terrible, but I hope that you understand what I'm saying. I don't want anybody coming back to me and tell me, Ben, you told us this. No, I'm confirming you. April, as far as I know, and according to my people, April is the month for RB. Do you understand that? Good. Now, I will tell you my intel. I told you from the very beginning, for the very long beginning, if we don't see the RB, the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, by the end of April, we will need to wait years to come. Didn't I say that? Didn't I haven't been saying that all the time? This is why many people don't like me, because I keep saying this and they call me I'm negative. I'm not being negative, I'm just being realistic. So, how are we going to know if we have to wait years to come? Well, there's 50-50. And I want you to understand this. There are 50-50. 50 chances that we will have to wait years to come, or 50 chances that we may not. Okay? Now, look. This is what's going to happen. I just read you the news. Okay? Then I don't need to go through the whole article to read it, because I already know what's coming. And the news says, next Saturday, a body will announce the liberation of Mosul in full. Let's assume that happened. And I'm saying let's assume because we know for a fact that the government of Iraq is so corrupted that they always promise one thing and they never come back and said, here we go, I promise you, I deliver you. Okay? We know for a fact. So anything that the government is telling you, just believe 50-50. That's what I've been telling you, 50-50. Don't believe anything you read. Don't believe anything the government tells you, because I've been telling you. And let me remind you what I've been telling you. Iraq must, and I said the word must. If you don't understand the definition of the word must, go back to school. Iraq must use the surprise factor in order to revalue. I told you that many times. Iraq must use the surprise factor before they revalue. Why? Because they need to protect themselves from criminals. They need to protect themselves from currency manipulators. Who am I talking to? The number one currency manipulator in the world is George Soros. Didn't I have to tell you that? So, will it happen Saturday, right after a body announces his freedom? Yes, it can. Like I said, 50-50. Would it be advisable, would it be recommendable for the government of Iraq raise the value after Saturday? No, it is not recommendable. It is not recommendable because they need to use their surprise factor in order for them to protect themselves. So what is a surprise factor in this case? The surprise factor in this case is to raise the value before Saturday. Simple. Not after Saturday, but before Saturday. That is the recommendable factor. As a banker, as a S-broker, I'm telling you what is the recommendable factor. So what happened if they revalue after the announcement of Mosul? Well, they're going to have to really wash their ass. Simple as that. And if we come back to the word of King Clement, let's remember the word of King Clement. Please pay attention. He said it. All I know that there was one time and there was nothing. Second time and there was nothing. Third time and there was nothing. And all of a sudden, boom, there was something. Meaning 4 days. So if we are going to see a reevaluation after the announcement of Iraq that have free Mosul, and they're requesting all the restrictions off the record, including bankruptcy, including restriction of economic reforms, including everything they need to go on in the international market. It will be 4 days after the announcement to fulfill the prophecy of King Clement. Now, I'm just coming back for what I just told you, 50-50. If we don't see on the first week of the announcement, because 4 days is almost a week, okay? If we don't see a reevaluation after they declare Mosul free of terrorists and ISIS and Daesh and all the bullcrap, if we don't see a reevaluation, then we can know that they will not revalue. And we have to wait years to come. Was I clear enough? If I'm not clear enough, please email me at bennyintelrb@gmail.com. Benny with N and a Y. IntelRB, R as a Romeo, V as a Victor, @gmail.com. I have received already 25 emails. I'm counting it right now. And now chaos begin. Now how are we going to know about panic when it start panic? Well, just wait until we are B. Then we'll see what panic is about. Do you see what I've been telling you? Please review my show, my last show, please, yesterday. Review my last show, what I told you about panic and chaos. Review it. Listen what I just said. I'm not coming back on my word. I told you that when we are B, there will be a lot of chaos because, first of all, there will be groups, private groups, collecting you information, calling you or emailing you that you have to render your currency. Now, I'm not going to come back on my word. I'm not going to go back and tell you what you should do. You are already an adult. You got to make a decision. Now, if you want to have a high rate, good luck. God bless you. Okay? But just make sure that you understand who are you giving your currency to. Just please make sure. If you're still convinced that you're giving it to a trusted entity, quote a trusted entity, then go ahead, do it. Okay? I just want to bless you because you are doing this for your own good. But if I were you, that's my personal opinion. That's my humble opinion. I will not give my currency. I'd rather exchange 1-to-1 and get my whole control of my money than exchange just because I feel greedy about myself and I want to get the whole world in one pie. I just want to get a whole bite of one pie. The most I can get. So I hope that you understand my position in this. That is why I'm not the favorite guru out there. Because I'm being honest. I'm giving you my honest opinion. Now, other news that I got from Iraq, it says about the Rashid Bank. And this is, it might look ridiculous to you, but we're talking about Iraq, okay? They're way behind in technology. They're supposed to be behind 25 years in technology. So the Rashid Bank is basically implementing and ensure that the safety of the customer funds. Basically what they're doing is that they're requesting every customer to show their ID so they can verify that they are the ones who are basically doing the transactions, deposit, and everything in the bank. That's it. Okay? Something that we've been doing it for more than 40 years. So, this is all about. This is what the news is all about. So, let me see what the other news that we're having right here. For that, I need to look at my computer to make sure that I got everything addressed. Nope, I got everything. Well, hold on. Yeah, I got everything covered. Other than that, we is still in a good position. We still are. We're still in a good position. Okay? So don't start creating chaos. Oh my God, Kurdistan's gonna separate. That's it. We're not gonna revalue. No, don't fall for chaos. Trust me, the majority of chaos will come. And listen to my words. I'm not saying this because I'm a prophet. I'm not saying this because I'm a psychic. Because I hear a lot of idiots up there in the internet telling me, oh, you know why he's always in the spot? Because he's a psychic. Nope, I'm not a psychic. And never. Don't trust me what I'm telling you. I wish I could be a prophet. But I'm not. I'm telling you this because I know my connections. When will we have the full chaos? If, and I'm telling you right now, if Saturday is the day that the government of Iraq announced the liberation of Mosul, having all the restrictions removed from Iraq automatically, if that is the day, we should have chaos and panic beginning Friday, this coming Friday. Got it? Good. So, are we still in a good position? Yes, we're still in a good position. Do you think it will happen in the month of RB? Again, the same question. As long as I know our April is our month, is the month of RB. Let's assume that they are B, Saturday. Let's assume that they are B 4 days after Saturday. Let's assume that they are B the same Saturday. That does not mean that we have to go to the bank to exchange. I repeat, it does not mean that you need to run like an idiot to the bank to exchange. Don't do that. Wait for information. Wait for information. You need to wait for information. That is part of not falling for chaos and panic. Simple as that. So wait for information. Simple. What does May look like for us? It looks brilliant, to tell you the truth. Why? For many reasons. One, we have in May the international OPEC meeting with Iraq. Iraq will ask the OPEC, the International Oil Organization, to be removed from the restrictions so they can have the oil increase they are planning to implement. Why is the oil increase is important for them? They need to have the oil increase in order for them to value their currency. So they're going to raise the price of the gas, the oil, and that will come out. And after that will come out, it will come with a lot of effects in the world economy, with a lot of things coming, especially in the United States. Trust me what I'm telling you. Now let's go to the United States. We are having the debt ceiling meetings. I've been telling you that if Donald Trump wants a financial reset worldwide, and I want you to understand this, if Donald Trump wants a financial reset worldwide, he needs to collapse our government. You hear it. You heard me right. He needs to collapse our government. How will he collapse our government? By just requesting, let it go down, let it shut down. We're not paying our external debt. We're requesting the IMF and the World Bank forgiveness. Bingo. Once they do that, all the countries that own a lot of money that are impossible to pay, that their debt is basically impossible to pay, they must request a forgiveness for the World Banks, for the IMF, to reset the financial system and get on with our lives. I think I make myself very clear. Will Donald Trump will do that? We need to wait and see. We need to wait and see, because they can no longer raise the ceiling of this debt. Are you kidding me? They can no longer do it. So they need to come out with a drastic form of fixing. I told you yesterday in my last show that they could have easily fixed the problem, the economic problem, back in 2008. When the banks collapsed, assumingly quoted, we broke, we need a bailout. They could have easily fixed the problem. If Bush would have said, let it collapse, we're not giving you shit. And then we will see new banks coming out, new financial system coming out. And trust me what I'm telling you. I know it's hard for you to understand this. We'll probably be in a better position right now than what we are living right now. So now it falls on Donald Trump, and it's gonna really affect him. Trust me, it's gonna just. If you see a process of impeachment against him, is because of this. It will be because of this. Trust me what I'm telling you. Because banks don't like to just forgive. They don't. Right now, they're the ones who are actually controlling our government. They are. So if Donald Trump says, no, I don't think so, let it fall, let it shut down. Let me deal with the bank, with the World Bank, let me deal with the IMF. Let it collapse the whole crap. Let's restart our financial system and our government financial system too. This will be the fastest way to get rid of the external debt and restart all over again. That is called reset. So if he does it, God bless you. I'm telling you right now, what's going to happen is they're going to ask to impeach them. But it's not gonna be done. They're not gonna get rid of him. Everything has been prophesied already. So that's what's coming right now. That is what's coming right now. So we have that situation on. Then we have the situation in North Korea. Now North Korea has been just doing exactly what they've been doing all this time. They've been threatening a lot of people. They've been threatening a lot of countries, and they keep threatening, and nothing happened. Now, what the plans that I told you yesterday about, what the plans are basically is to kill the image of the North Korean president, Kim Jong-un, is to kill the image, not to kill him. If they can kill him, trust me, they will do it. But that is not the plan. The plan is to kill his image internationally. So when the in effects inside his country, his own people will overthrow him in order to actually kill him too. But that will happen inside North Korea. And it's coming. Trust me that it's coming. We should see an anti-3 strike like they've been telling you in the news. Maybe they will. But that is not the plan yet. So let's wait. Chaos are coming more and more, and panic is about to happen. Let's just hope, let's keep the faith strong that everything goes in our side. For now, thank you so much for your attention. God bless everybody, and I'll see you in the next edition of the Fake News Show. Goodbye now.
Thank you for listening to the Fake News Show with Benny. See you next time for more conspiracy news, current events, and intel from the most controversial show from Montserrat Radio.